Yo yo yo, and this is Mikeratto. And for today, we have a what if story. What if Kurt Angle stayed with the WWE in 2006? And I've seen in my videos, well, there are a lot of portion of the audience that aren't subscribing to my channel. And I hope you all do. Feel free to subscribe and support my videos. And now here we go. In 2006, Kurt Angle lost his World Heavyweight Championship in WrestleMania 22. While granted, he was, I think, never gotten a rematch for it. And I'm not sure if he got a rematch. So Rey Mysterio's push actually come to fruition. And Kurt Angle, he was drafted to ECW. And before the ECW thing got to Kurt Angle, I think he left the WWE before all of that. He has some matches, but he stayed there. He left before his career started in the WWE version of ECW. But in this timeline, since Kurt Angle is actually staying in the WWE, and his years during that time, let's just say that he actually got a run here in the new ECW brand of the WWE, where he will feud with Big Show after Big Show actually defeated RVD for the world title, which Paul Heyman actually cost the Big Show the match. And yeah, when Kurt Angle is feuding in the Big Show in this timeline, let's just say that we will base it on the audience receptions, since the audience at this time, they just hate some WWE versus WWE matches in ECW. But since Kurt Angle, when he actually come in the brand, he was supported well, let's just say and assume that he actually got the support. So before the rivalry started, Big Show will have a WWE versus WWE match, in which Batista, like in real life, he will get booed in this match versus Big Show. And yeah, after those matches, Kurt Angle will challenge the Big Show. When he challenged the Big Show, in this timeline, instead of Bobby Lashley winning the title, Kurt Angle wins the title, and he will be the face of ECW from 2006 up to 2007. Since the WWE Championship is actually stacked with John Cena, the World Heavyweight Championship, Batista versus The Undertaker is happening on 2007. During the selection of The Undertaker, it's gonna be Kurt Angle on the ECW brand, Batista representing Smackdown, and John Cena representing Raw during the time that Undertaker is choosing. And he chose Batista just like in real life. And what is it for Kurt Angle at WrestleMania? Let me have this dream match also for Mania. And that is Bobby Lashley versus Kurt Angle. The 2007 version of Lashley actually has connection with the audience. And during this match, I'm not sure if the audience will support Bobby Lashley. So let's just say that this match is actually awesome, and it actually was a good WrestleMania worthy match. And because Kurt Angle is the face of ECW, the match will actually be either on the top 4 final 4 matches of the night or final 3. It depends on Vince McMahon himself, because they are pushing ECW because Kurt Angle is there. And Kurt Angle will still retain his ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Why instead of pushing Bobby Lashley, he will be drafted to Raw sometime also in this time. And he is not feuding with Vince McMahon for the ECW Championship. And Vince McMahon will not also be ECW champion in this timeline. Yes, I know it's funny because of how the way he presents himself with the title. But yeah, instead of that, we will have dream matches for Kurt Angle in the ECW's version of the WWE. And also, During those 3 matches, we will have Kurt Angle versus Sabu, Kurt Angle versus RVD yet again, Kurt Angle versus ECW Superstars, Kurt Angle versus Sandman, for that matter. While also Kurt Angle versus Tommy Dreamer, we can have all of those in Kurt Angle's title reign. But unfortunately for Kurt Angle, while WWE has their sight on CM Punk, and I think Punk will be the one who will be dethroning Kurt Angle, or if not Punk, well, they can go with Johnny Nitro at Vengeance. Well, since, and like in real life here, it's gonna be a number 1 contendership tournament, in which in that match, in the tournament, Chris Benoit won the tournament. And it's actually for the vacant ECW championship in real life. And when Chris Benoit won that match, unfortunately real life events happened and he didn't show up for the event, and he actually died with his family. So Kurt Angle will be either put in a match with Johnny Nitro or CM Punk. But in this case, let me have a dream, and guys, we will push CM Punk here. Punk will dethrone Kurt Angle in an awesome 20 minutes such of match, in which the two will have this huge dream match in that time, in which Kurt Angle will just push CM Punk, and either Kurt Angle will be drafted to Raw or Smackdown. And after that, while Kurt Angle will take his time off because of his injuries and also to fix his issues, because I think there's this time also he has some bad issues within himself. Well, it was either documented in WWE documentaries that some of the superstars has some bad issues and some medications going on. And for Kurt Angle, well, he will heal his injuries and also get over with this medications and be more mentally healthy for his own sake, because WWE by this time in this What If, they will test a lot of superstars and there will be results that are not good with the eye of the audience, because some of them come as positive in their medications, in the bad medications, which some of them may came up as suspended. And luckily for Kurt Angle, he will also use this time to actually heal with all of his injuries. So Kurt Angle, by this time, he will be actually gone from 2007 to the rest of that year, and he will return in 2008, in which he will compete in the Royal Rumble match, but unfortunately he will not win that match. Well, by this time also, well, Kurt Angle, he will actually have a mini feud with Batista going to WrestleMania 24. It's either the two will have this feud within each other, a mini feud, with also Umaga in the mix. Well, the three can produce a good match within each other at WrestleMania 24, because the match are actually stacked for all of the championships. And yeah, the ACW championship, it will come as a squash match between Kane and Chavo Guerrero, and for the WWE championship match, the triple threat match between Orton, Cena, and Hunter, and for the world championship between Edge and The Undertaker. And then yeah, Kurt Angle after that, well, he will be drafted to SmackDown after, well, yeah, because he fought Batista, and he will be involved in the World Heavyweight Championship scene when Edge won the World Heavyweight Championship by actually making The Undertaker actually go off of the WWE as per the match stipulations. Kurt Angle will challenge the world champion, in which in his few attempts he will fail, but in his third or final attempt for the championship, he will win. And after that, the rivalry between for those will actually happen again between Kurt Angle, Batista, and Edge. And then later on, when The Undertaker returns, well, he will be also involved in the rivalry. But I think this will be either one of his last title runs in the WWE, or maybe not. Well, yeah. And then as for the title run, well, it will be actually a good one, since he will be one of the most known baby faces. And if WWE feel that they want him to turn heel, well, they can just do that. And as for Edge, well, he is the biggest heel at this time, so they won't just do that fast enough. And yeah, while Punk cashes in during the time that Kurt Angle was actually, well, he was exhausted in a match between Edge, Batista, and Undertaker in a match, a fatal 4-way, something like that, in which Punk will cash in, and then he will cash in within the champion just to put the title back on Raw, because the World Championship is on Smackdown and the WWE Champion is going also to Smackdown. And yeah, the World Heavyweight Championship will go on Raw. And also, well, the storyline is kind of mixed up because of a lot of changes. But yeah, the World Championship for him, it's not that long, but there's a lot of people involved and there's a lot of names. And when the WWE Championship is back on SmackDown, well, he will challenge for that. Well, since the World Heavyweight Championship is on Raw. And also, let's just say that Punk cashes in either on July or August, so we can have an extended Kurt Angle title reign. But yeah, CM Punk will have his title reign. Well, it happens, the cash-in happens the pay-per-view before SummerSlam, so Kurt Angle can have a long, well, sensible title reign. And then yeah, well, Punk will drop the title to Chris Jericho, but he will not drop the title in the Unforgiven. Well, at least not that, so Punk can have the same length of the title reign, and John Cena will not win the title in this timeline. Well, because John Cena will be either involved in much awaited storylines or something like dream matches and some sort, but he will not have this comeback and win the World Championship when he comes back. So yeah, just Chris Jericho will have also a good title reign before the year is over, and then somehow a heel or a babyface will win the title from Chris Jericho, which will happen either No Way Out the next year before WrestleMania 25, just to have the timeline fixed. John Cena will not have the title reign here. So let's go back to Kurt Angle. Well, Angle by this time, well, he is feuding with Triple H yet again when the title was actually drafted to SmackDown. And this time, I think Angle will somehow turn heel in this instance. Just because we have Edge doesn't mean that we will have another threatening heel that Triple H can also face. Well, since Edge is busy with The Undertaker, and also they're building on Vladimir Kozlov somehow here. Well, instead of building Kozlov here, we will have Kurt Angle. And yeah, a heel Kurt Angle is actually a good on card, and he actually can be the wrestling machine yet again, or the 2000s heel Kurt Angle, or 2004 heel Kurt Angle. And then yeah, and then just like in real life, well, a triple threat match happened instead of, well, actually Vladimir Kozlov in the match. Well, Edge actually spears Triple H to win the WWE Championship in that match. Well, he caused Jeff Hardy to be eliminated in that match. And then yeah, and then as for Kurt Angle, the next pay-per-view he will go back and try to go for a mid-card title, which by this time I think the United States Championship is on Smackdown. And what good title for the Olympic gold medalist than the United States Championship, which he can actually elevate the title by this time, because some of the champions by this time are either a jobber or a mid-card talent while they are on the title scene, but they can't seem to elevate the title enough, which he will use heel tactics and he will have open challenges for the title. So he will be busy within the United States Championship run. And yeah, that's Kurt Angle. He will do it until WrestleMania 25. And just like in real life, Jeff Hardy wins the title and then lost the title to Edge at the Royal Rumble. Kurt Angle, he will have a lengthy United States Championship run, in which he will drop the title either after WrestleMania 25, in which he will fight again for the WWE Championship, in which Orton was the champion, and when Orton dropped the title to Batista, well, let's just say that Kurt Angle will have a title run with the spinner belt in this timeline. Well, Kurt Angle will be involved in Cena versus Orton's rivalry, in which when the match actually happens to be a triple threat match, Kurt Angle will steal a win from John Cena and they will revisit the title, well, the rivalry from 2005, in which role reverse, Kurt Angle was the champion. And then yeah, I know that it actually affects Orton, that he actually becomes the third man of his own feud, and as for Kurt Angle also, but more heels the more merrier, right? And then yeah, well, Kurt Angle by this time, well, he is challenging for that. He is the champion, and then he will drop back the title to Cena, and then Cena will drop back the title to Orton, just like in real life. And then Cena will drop the title to Sheamus, and then yeah, it will go back to Cena, and then it will go to Batista, and then yeah, that happens. And as for Kurt Angle, after this WWE Championship short title run, well, he will go back and elevate title in the mid-card scene, which there will be left and right dream matches. He will have matches with John Morrison and a lot of mid-card talents, which he will elevate the stocks of others by having 15 to 20 minutes type of match, just like what he did with 2019, 2018. And by 2010, I believe that he will take a part-time schedule here. Well, I think it should happen much earlier, like 2009, 2008, or even in 2006. While he think of it in real life as to having the part-time schedule in 2006 something ish, which it was not granted because, well, he has only a short amount of career. But if in this timeline it's 2010, and I think he will be given a part-time schedule after WrestleMania 26. Well, a lot of superstars actually had a part-time schedule after WrestleMania 26, and he will join those guys who will actually have a part-time schedule after that, in which in WrestleMania he will compete in his first ever Money in the Bank ladder match, but he will fail that match, and instead of Jack Swagger winning that match, WWE will seem to push Christian, while he has the momentum from ECW, and he was the face of that brand, the WWE's version from 2008 HD, something like that, and he needs to actually capitalize on that momentum, and yeah, he will be the champion for SmackDown instead of Jack Swagger, well, since a lot of people actually don't like the title reign. Kurt Angle by this point, well, he will just go back for actually specific point of time. He will have rivalries from left and right, but as a part-timer. Well, if WWE is actually having this Nexus push. Kurt Angle will actually be involved in the SummerSlam 2010 match instead of Bret Hart. While it seems that Kurt Angle can actually help Team WWE in that storyline in which, well, they have a legend on their team. While instead of a guy who can't take bumps, no offense to Bret Hart fans, well, we can have a guy who can actually have bumps and who can take them all in that match. And also, well, at WrestleMania 27, he will return and he will have a match here, which I'm not sure to whomever, but he will have a match at WrestleMania 27 with a dream match, probably a match between him and Rey Mysterio, a one-on-one match, while revisiting their old feud, or actually having a marquee match between him and a WWE superstar at WrestleMania 27. You can have the dream match here. Well, because we will have a Kurt Angle versus CM Punk at WrestleMania. Something like that. A leader of Nexus versus the former guy who actually lead the Team Angle one. In which, in that storyline, well, let's just build this. Kurt Angle was assaulted by Nexus during the time that he was actually back in 2011, and instead of Orton punting the new Nexus left and right, while Kurt Angle finds an equalizer, which he will bring back Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas for a match. Well, since the Nexus members are just 4 and the Team Angle 1 is only 3, well, they can just have an equalizer with another superstar just to balance it out. And yeah, they can have that rivalry which ended in CM Punk versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, in which Punk will win this one, while Kurt Angle will put him over, but Kurt Angle will win the one match at Extreme Rules in their rematch. Well, he needs win also. And yeah, Team Angle, while they won't have a long WWE career, unfortunately, it's just to back Kurt Angle out at WrestleMania and his rivalry within the Nexus, the new Nexus specifically. And yeah, he will be involved with the Smackdown brand, in which, well, later on, he will just be there, and somehow he will have part-time schedules left and right. And after the Extreme Rules match for him and CM Punk, he will take part-time off, something like that. The Smackdown brand is busy after Edge's retirement, while Orton and Christian are feuding. Mark Henry will be pushed soon. Sheamus will be pushed soon. Daniel Bryan will be pushed, and there will be a lot of matches. And during this time, well, Daniel Bryan, as a heel, he will call Kurt Angle out, and they will have this match at the Royal Rumble, a classic between the two, which the heel Daniel Bryan retains his title because Kurt Angle put him over. And just like in real life, Sheamus won the Rumble and he will defeat Bryan at WrestleMania, which seems odd, but yeah. And then when the two are actually fighting in a feud, well, somehow in a point in future, well, Kurt Angle will have another World Heavyweight Championship run, here yet again defeating Sheamus. Well, because the WWE think that they need another star power, and what star power than to bring a legend back for his title reign, but still he is a babyface here. Well, he will have classics with superstars when Jericho will be on Smackdown. He will have feud with Kurt Angle. Daniel Bryan will restart his feud with Kurt Angle, and yeah, even Sheamus will have a classic within his match with Kurt Angle. Even Del Rio will have and benefit on Kurt Angle's return and WWE as the World Heavyweight Champion. But, well, just like in real life, well, Big Show won't win the World Heavyweight Championship here because Kurt Angle will have an extended title run. And Del Rio will not win the World Heavyweight Championship here also, because as a heel, he will challenge Kurt Angle at WrestleMania also with Jack Swagger. So yeah, it's a triple threat match again at Mania. And then the Raw after Mania, well, Dolph Ziggler will cash in the Raw after Mania. Well, there will be a World Heavyweight Championship match between Del Rio and Kurt Angle, and during that match, well, Kurt Angle was actually kayfabe injured and Del Rio defeating Kurt Angle just to shock the audience the Raw after Mania. Well, Kurt Angle was defeated, what's now? And then you will hear Dolph Ziggler's theme song, and then yeah, because of the ankle locks suffered also by Del Rio, he will sell that, and Dolph Ziggler will have a cash in here. So yeah, we won't have a babyface Del Rio run in the first parts of 2013. Instead, we will have a long run by Kurt Angle, well, because his 2 title reigns before that are short. The Spinner WWE Championship run is short, and the World Heavyweight Championship run in 2008 is also short. So that's a justice for those title runs that are actually short. And then yes, he will take time offs again. And Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar will feud in the Royal Rumble, which it will have a good match, which the two will actually fight because they will need to fight. Well, Brock Lesnar needs the momentum towards his feud with The Undertaker. And then yeah, Kurt Angle puts over Brock Lesnar. And then at WrestleMania 30, he will participate in a match which he will just be there and he will fight. And then somehow in 2015 or 2014 or the following years, he will be put on the Hall of Fame, or just like in real life, 2017 editions, which, well, yeah, he will just be inducted in the Hall of Fame. He will have the general manager role, and after that, well, if he is not on the general manager's role, and for this time he will just put over superstars, and just like most legends do when they're on their way to retirement, somehow like that, which I won't touch. His return in 2017 up to 2019. The only difference here is he was never gone with the WWE, and they will not treat him like he was gone. So yeah, Kurt Angle will have a huge legendary run in this What If. He has more title reigns here after, well, in his 2006 run. He'll have 3 or 4 world championships and an United States championship just to elevate the title. And yeah, that's it for today's What If video. I hope you all like it. Subscribe for more videos, like, comment down below, share, subscribe, and peace.